retirement, and the last thing they want to have is this mountain of debt from college staring them in the face between them and their retirement goals. It just doesn't make any sense, especially when it doesn't have to be that way.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about that. What are your kind of key areas that you're seeing with your clients, or that you're sharing with financial advisors, that parents just don't even understand that they have some options?
Well, I think first and foremost is, in terms of how important college selection is. You made a statement in your introduction that not everybody's going to pay the same price for college at the same institution. Beatrice, it's much like an airline ticket. There may be 150 people on an airline, and there's 35 different prices that are being paid for that same ticket. Well, the same thing holds true with the cost of tuition, the cost of attendance at school. So it's so important that a family matches up their student and their family's information with a school that's going to provide them the best possible package. And that might be, from a financial aid perspective, it might be from a merit aid perspective, it might be involving athletics. There are a number of things that go into that equation. But the bottom line is families look at too few institutions, as far as I'm concerned, and they don't necessarily look at the right data. We all want our kids to have that great college experience, but unfortunately the price tag is too high to simply, allow that choice to be made on which campus is the prettiest and which one has the best football team. It just doesn't work that way any longer. We've got to know, how many years does it take to graduate a student? How much money are you going to give me? What's your placement ratio for jobs upon graduation? I mean, there's a whole host of data that's available that families need to dial into so that they can save themselves, literally tens of thousands of dollars.
The numbers are so big, and there's so many families, they spend more time planning their vacation and saving an extra $500 on a vacation destination than such an important part of choosing the college is. And one of my just horrible examples was last April when a family walked into my office. Actually, it was a mom, and she just slid this pile of paper over to me, and she said, we're living with my mom. We've foreclosed our house. My son is so excited to go to college. I let him apply everywhere because I knew we should qualify for financial aid. She slides this piece of paper across, and I see right on top, she said, "That's my dream school." And it was the University of Oregon, which for a California kid, I know is not a very generous school. And the colleges that she had chosen she just didn't know, and her son didn't know, and even the college counselor didn't know which colleges he could have applied to, and he could have gone to a 4-year school. It was so late in the process that he ended up going to a 4-year college, but San Jose State, and he's still living at home with his parents and his grandparents. And it's too bad. It could have been a better situation for the whole family.
Absolutely. And, I think, Beatrice, we have to redefine what a dream is for college. A dream for college really should be that we get a degree and an education that leads to a quality job without bankrupting mom, dad, or the child. That really should be the dream. And we've got to work to educate families about that. And, I get the question all the time, Beatrice, is whether or not, college planning and working with a professional such as yourself or myself is something that really an upper income or higher net worth family should do. And in my opinion, the question is absolutely yes. My wife and I have 4 kids, and my oldest daughter is 11 years old. The projected cost of college is over $600,000 for my family. And, Beatrice, I'm blessed. I make a great income. But if somebody would be able to shed the light for me to save 20 or 30%, to save $100,000 by going about it the right way, by all means, I'm going to take advantage of that.
Oh, and I think that's a really good message for our audience, which is that affluent families, many of the families we work with are affluent. I have a family right now. They have 3 kids are going to be in college at the same time, and a family can be making well over $200,000, $300,000 when they're looking at some of those private colleges with sticker prices of $50,000. They will save hundreds of thousands of dollars with some strategies that are going to help them to qualify for financial aid.
Absolutely, and I would encourage anybody listening to this program that does not think that they're going to qualify for any aid or thinks that they make too much money or have too many assets, it's one of the greatest mistakes that I see families make, and they miss out on significant opportunities. And it might not be financial need-based aid opportunity, Beatrice, but as you know, the IRS tax code allows for some tax relief for certain people when they're sending kids off to college. So you don't know what's available if you don't seek out a professional to talk with.
Yeah, and I think the other really important thing is timing. Too many families are calling me late, like this family that walks in April and saying, okay, now we know where he's going. Let's see how we're going to pay for it. And the real answer is, and in fact, we had Jody Aramo, who works with Scott, on the show a couple weeks ago, is this planning has to start when your students are juniors or earlier to take advantage of all the strategies that are available. And
absolutely, and Beatrice, it's including the student in that process. And we tell a student, listen, we want you to be open to a bunch of universities, and frankly, we want to treat you like a rock star, and we're gonna look and see which university really wants to have you come there. And that's the way we approach it. We don't want them to come to us saying this is the only choice that I'm willing to make. Oftentimes, that does not lead to a good financial decision.
Absolutely. I hate the families that, just going back to you mentioned, or we both did the dream school concept. When I'm working with families and they're juniors, before they start their senior year, they always have that financial column right next to them that says how much they expect to pay. Those dream schools, then the kids understand, the parents understand. They don't leave a school on that dream list unless they're like, okay, if we get this extra aid, maybe, but they have a realistic college on the list, and that's what's so important for kids and families to understand, like you said.
There's no question about it. And in today's world, the reality is that finances have to play a role in the college process. It just, it may not have been that way 25 or 30 years ago, but it absolutely is reality for the overwhelming majority of families today. And it just, it's got to be a paramount part of the process.
It's got to be a paramount. I think the whole idea of we'll just see what happens is really dangerous. And many Bay Area families, like all over the country, are dealing with the fact that they thought they would be refinancing their mortgage. They thought the money they'd saved would be making a better return. They thought they would get bonuses and stock options for their job. And so many families are in a much different situation than they were 18 years ago when their babies were born and they thought they were going to be fine going to college.
Yeah, there's no question. It's a different world from an economic perspective, Beatrice. And I think another situation that families have to realize is they have to take a gauge at where they are on their own financial journey. So mom and dad really have to identify how much of their income and how many of their assets they can pledge to the college process before it begins to jeopardize their own financial future. Because most families, they don't want to put themselves, in financial peril, but they don't know where that line is. And that's where somebody such as yourself or myself can help them identify where that line is. And then we can work backward from that line to make sure that we're also not burdening the kids excessively with student loans.
Hey, Scott, thanks so much for being with me on the show today. I really appreciate your discussion and our discussion about kind of what a college funding advisor, we may be able to help any parents and students that are out there. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Beatrice, I appreciate it. It's good to talk to you like always.
Great. And once again, Scott did offer to send me 10 signed copies of his book, College and Retirement, You Can Do Both. And these books are available for the first 10 people who send their name, email, and mailing address to me. And you can do so via email at info@westfacecollegePlanning.com or send me a note on my College Smart Radio website. And College and Retirement, You Can Do Both is also available on Amazon.com. A link to his book is available at our College Smart Radio website. Well, that wraps up another show of College Smart Radio. We hope you picked up some new information today that helps you figure out ways to manage the runaway costs of college. You can hear us each week here on KDOW 1220 AM, Saturdays at 3 p.m. We promise to bring you up-to-date information from the front lines of helping parents deal with the most expensive years of their lives. For a link to a podcast of this show and our prior weekly shows, go to our website, www.collegesmartradio.com. In addition to the podcast, you'll also find a schedule of our upcoming shows. Also, plan to join us at one of our upcoming West Face College Planning workshops. My next public workshop will be on Saturday morning, November 3rd. With over 100,000 Bay Area students applying for college each year, our workshops are popular and we do run out of seats. So you need to reserve your seat at the workshop. You can do so from the show's website, www.collegesmartradio.com. This is Beatrice Schultz. Thanks for tuning in to College Smart Radio. We look forward to sharing more helpful information next week.
You've been listening to College Smart Radio with certified financial planner Beatrice Schultz. If you have a question on today's topic, log on to collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1517. That's 650-587-1517. Join us next week at this time for another edition of College Smart Radio on AM 1220 KDOW.